there, but
she has ended it well.
Of course. Yeah. Let's look at Gor Mahia, of course, back home with a bang after being embarrassed at the CAF Champions League, and they hit 1, 2, 3, 4 past Mathare United. We'll have that clip rolling on the screen. But Amani,
yes,
the fundamental question here is, in Germany where you stay, it has been Bavaria season in, season out. Every title is going to Bayern Munich, as you guys say.
Yeah.
But in Kenya, the scenario is more or less the same. Gor Mahia every time. How do we probably change the situation? And you saw Gor go win the title, they go to Continental. They don't make an impression there.
Tatizo sio Bayern Munich kwa mfano au Gor Mahia, ni wapinzani. Sasa hapa tatizo ni wapinzani wajiimarisha zaidi, waweke mikakati, watengeneze timu ambazo zinaweza zikashindana na kuwaondoa wale ambao wanadhibiti ligi, kwa mfano Gor Mahia kwa kweli. Lakini pia niseme kwamba kandanda huku kwetu sio kiwanda ambacho kinaheshimika kwa maana ya uwekezaji. Na hata juzi nilikuwa Tanzania, kwa mfano nilitembelea kambi ya mazoezi ya Simba Sports Club kujaribu kujifunza mengi wanayofanya kule, na nikakuta kwamba ligi ya Tanzania imeimarika sana katika misimu ya karibuni kwa sababu ya uwekezaji. Kwa hivyo kitu cha uwekezaji ndio muhimu zaidi katika kuhakikisha kwamba ushindani nao unakuwa mzuri zaidi. Na hapa Kenya huwa uwekezaji hatuuoni ukiwa na muendelezo mzuri. Msimu huu inakuwa iko hivi, msimu ujao inakuwa hivi, lakini pia nadhani ni kwa sababu ya kiwango na ubora wa mchezo wenyewe ambao tunaweza tukauuza kwa mashabiki. Sasa kama kiwango kiko chini na matukio kama haya tunayozungumza ya uhuni vinaharibu kabisa hata nafasi zenyewe za kutengeneza kandanda liwe nzuri na liwe na ushindani mkubwa. Kwa hivyo nadhani lazima tuweke mikakati muhimu sana. Ni vitu ambavyo tunasema kila wakati kwamba kandanda isiwe kama kitu cha kupoteza wakati tu. Iwe ni sekta ambayo inajisimamia yenyewe katika uchumi wa nchi, na ndio maana wanafanya hivyo Ulaya katika ligi ambazo tunazipenda sana. Ni uwekezaji kuanzia chini mashinani hadi juu.
Zita, probably your thoughts on Gor?
I'm not going to crucify all the Kenyan teams that played in Egypt. One thing is, I will say that mpira inachezwa na akili, mpira ichezwe na nguvu, na mpira ichezwe kwa mguu. Inachezwa na mguu yenyewe lakini ni akili. Because the little mistake that the two teams did, it's what punished them. And that is where the two teams in Egypt took advantage of that. So for me, it's just, we are still growing. But again,
but for how long? You've been growing for the last 10 years.
It is actually stunted growth.
Stunted growth, term after term.
That's why I said mpira inachezwa na akili, because for them they know if all these defenders wakienda huko hapa wataacha space, and there whereby nekewe mpira nifunge. So one thing that I know, mpira inachezwa na akili. Hiyo ndio kitu walitushinda nayo. The creativity they have when they're playing, they know, they study your game, they study your defenders very well, and the creativity they play with it hapo kwa stadium yao. It's everything. The fans were not like, fans wako wapigia kelele ati sijui nini, but again it's just the creativity that the Egypt teams have.
Shitera, if I'm listening to Zita right, he's saying our Kenyan footballers lack creativity. But that aside,
am I wrong?
That aside, Leopards picked a win the weekend, and probably could this be their term, or it's another season of failed promises?
I will give them a benefit of doubt, but let's see, because at the last season walianza tu vizuri. Tom Juma started well. Mahali waliharibia sikujua. Again, by analysis, Gor Mahia were given defending champions in Al Ahly. Kenya Police were given defending champions in Zamalek, because Al Ahly won the CAF Champions League, Zamalek won the CAF Confederation Cup. So, wacha tuseme kwamba in as much as our league imeshusha viwango, we were given the extremes, and what did we expect anyway? But going forward, as Bruce has said, our neighbors just here have done some beautiful work on their game. They have invested, and the investors have confidence in the Tanzanian league. Our players are heading south Tanzania. Duka Buya scored a goal against Bankers of Ethiopia last week while playing for his team Yanga while Gor Mahia were being humiliated in Cairo. So what does this say? Our players are flocking the Tanzanian league, investors are flocking the Tanzanian league, and our league is deteriorating. Why? We are not putting forward a talent that will match the investment that we are looking for. Some 10 years ago, in a story that I did, we saw some hope of revival. But again, football administrators should work hand in hand with the investors. They should assure them that, indeed, we are giving you value for your money. Same to the fans, you see? And the fans should also be disciplined, because you cannot go into a match like Shabana fans did and expect that investors will invest in hooliganism. It will not happen. So let us build a league. It is a unit, fans, federation, stakeholders, and the investors. Then we move forward together.
Yes.
Brenda, how do we tame or challenge Gor's dominance? We've seen term after term, they're winning the title. Probably Tusker have tried in the last 10 years, but not much to write home about. And of course, the very poor run in Africa.
Let me just start by saying, having expected Gor to beat Al Ahly was a long shot. Expecting Police to have beaten Zamalek, who now just won the Super Cup, was a long shot, because both in terms of the experience that they have, what football means for them, the facilities that they play in, like, that is comparing day and night. But then again, when we get to that platform, you are equals. You qualified for this cup, you qualified for this tournament, you're considered equal. So, but it's good that we are talking about how to end Gor Mahia's dominance. That is still going to be something that teams are going to be grappling with this season, not for anything, but because Gor have managed to be the best amongst mediocres. I know I may be lynched for this, but then there's
it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, look at the quality of goals. Look at the number of goals that the top scorers end up having. It cannot be a sweep for Gor Mahia year in, year out. And then we can never move past group stages. We can never move beyond the preliminary stages when we face our peers. I mean, sometimes you want to talk about our peers and you want to talk about the Yangas and the Simbas. Those are not even our peers. They came in like way behind us. Azam is doing so well, yet the club is hardly 10 years. What is the difference? What are they doing differently? Gor Mahia should be at the level of Mamelodi. Gor Mahia should be competing properly with Zamalek. I mean, Gor Mahia has been beating Zamalek throughout. Yeah. I was born knowing that Gor Mahia is the club because they beat Zamalek. But then now...
They beat Esperance of Tunisia.
Yes, in as much as now when
those
they came back...
Years ago.
The last time we faced Esperance, it was 8-2. And, but then... what do teams need to curb Gor Mahia? I mean, it's a matter of what should Gor Mahia do to make sure that they stamp authority regionally, not just within the local borders. AFC is doing well, yes. It's too early. I mean, the people they are competing with have only played one match. Very soon we will see the Mara Sugars and all. I will not be surprised if Mara Sugar and the Talantas finish ahead of FC Leopard. But then again, it all boils down to the management.
It's a fact.
Here looks like it's the most organized in this chaos. Yeah. It's the most organized.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Zita won't be too pleased with that. But to the question of the day, we are asking you, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the botched match between Shabana FC and Posta Rangers? We want to hear from you on this big discussion on Kenyan football. The SMS line is 22422 as always, so pick your